You may be asking yourself, is rain collection right for you? The thing you got to figure out is how much water do you need and how much water can you get? So if you look at my place here, I've got 1,750 square feet, right? Square feet. And with 1 inch of rainfall, typically you're going to catch about 6/10 of a gallon for every square feet of roofing you have. So if you multiply that out, it gives you about 1,050 gallons. So if we have 1 inch of rainfall here, I'll get about 1,050 gallons of water. So you got to be able to catch that. The thing is you've got to have a tank big enough. This is where you go all out. So out here in the Edwards Plateau, we don't get a lot of rain. But boy, when we do get rain, we get a lot. So you got to be able to take advantage of that to catch that rainfall. And so it works out good for me because you want to store as much as possible. I don't live here. This is my getaway place. This is my hunting cabin. This is where I go on the weekends. So it's not an everyday thing because you've got to figure you're going to use about 60 gallons of water a day per person. So depending on how many people are here, it could go up quite a bit. And so this tank here is a 3,000 gallon tank, but with an overflow and everything else that I had to put into it. So I'm going to capture at max about 2,600 gallons of water total. And I do that with my rain catchment system. And kind of let me go over how it all works for you. Okay, so here's my roof, here's my gutter, and then it goes into this first wash system. So you catch it here, it's got a little screen up here, it catches any big pieces of debris that might be on the roof and lets it slide off. And the rest goes down into my first wash system that drains out the bottom. And then once that float fills that first wash system tube, comes up and it blocks it off right there. And then it diverts the water into my tank. And so we just cut a big hole. I think it was about a 4-inch hole, and we used a tie seal gasket and just stabbed the pipe inside there, and so it fills the tank from there. And let me think, we haven't had rain here in probably 3 weeks, and but we got lots of water. So, and this is a pretty big tank, so it works really well. Again, the key thing is it doesn't rain very often, but boy, when it does, it will rain a lot. So you have to have the bigger the tank, the better. If I was to live here, I probably would go with 2 of these, and that would give me enough water, I believe, to live here full time and not have any issues whatsoever. So what we have is as that first hit of rain comes and it washes all that dust or maybe debris that's on your roof, well, it funnels it down into this tube right here. But on the bottom of that, we've got this black float. So as the rain fills this tube with water, that float goes up, and when it hits the top, it seals it off. So all that first debris of water is down there in here. The float goes up, it seals it off up there, and then it diverts all the rain over into the tank. But down here, this has got a little orifice inside here, and so it's got a very small hole. So over time, then that'll drain out all that water that's collected in here that doesn't go into the tank, all the dirty water. So in this case, I have it diverted away from the cabin with that hose. I'll go over that in a different video. Now something else that I do to help keep the dirt and stuff that comes off the roof out of the house is that, as the pipe comes out of the bottom of the tank and goes into the cabin, one thing I did is, so let's just say this is a wall, and this is my pipe that goes into the cabin, right? Well, on the inside of that, I put a little 90, right? And then I put a little standpipe right there. And so when I draw my water into the house through this standpipe, so I'm a good foot or so off the bottom, maybe 18 inches. And what that will do is it's all the dust and the debris and the sediments at the bottom of the tank. So I'm pulling clean water about 18 inches off the bottom. Helps out a lot. So this right here, this is actually my overflow. So like I did on that side, on the bottom here, I also, I got the pipe here. This is the wall of the tank itself. I put a 90 inside that wall. But then I put a standpipe that goes all the way up to the top and has an opening, right? And so has an opening. Yeah, good. But up here at the top, up here at the top. So anyways, as it gets up to the top, it overflows into this opening. And so it's all internal inside the tank, comes out, got a little valve on it if I ever need to shut it off. And then it pumps the water over here, and I'll go over where it goes here in a second. Actually, it's gravity flows to an overflow pipe, and I'll go over that more on another video. Okay, so now the water comes into the where? Right there, right? So the water comes in, pulled in by this jet pump. So it sucks it out of the black tank and then pushes it into my pressure tank. So this is my captive air tank that provides the water for the house. Goes in through here, loads that up, and then I put a little hose on here. So if I need to wash the UTV or something like that, I got water out here in the shower. And then it goes on to my water filtration system. Okay, so here's water filtration system. So I got a dual filter system. I go first with a sediment filter. So that's gonna catch any particulates left in the water. Then it moves on to a carbon filter here, and it helps filter, helps with taste and odors and stuff like that, but it's rainwater. So I really haven't had any issues with taste or odors. It's actually really good water. And then lastly, it goes into this thing, which is my ultraviolet light system. And so what it does is it uses ultraviolet light to kill bacteria and stuff in the water. It make it safer to drink. I've been drinking this water for the last 4 years now. I've had no issues whatsoever. Love it. We use this water for everything out here at the ranch, for flushing toilets, taking showers, cooking, laundry, the whole 9 yards. It's been a wonderful thing for us. We have no well, so this is our only source of water. And we saved a lot of money on the upfront side, because wells can be pretty expensive. But we did this system, and it's worked real well for us. Don't be afraid to give it a shot. It's not that difficult. Actually, I did all of this by myself, and I'm not an electrician. I'm not a plumber. I was able to just work it out, Google a lot of stuff, how-to stuff. But it worked out great for us. A friend of mine helped me out, and it's worked wonderful. So make it happen. Well, I hope you liked our video enough to subscribe. Your comments and suggestions are always welcome. See you next time. Anybody need to fix this ice?
Well, I heard about a man from Tennessee. He got a one-way ticket to Vegas to live a dream. With the roll of the dice, he sacrificed every bit of sanity. Well, I saw the lights of Vegas sweep him clean. And he said, "Oh Lord, I'm taking my pain.